We've all seen it. The hatred, the ugliness, the crying, and the downright disgracefulness. That is fanboyism. You may be wondering, how can I help these misguided manginas? Well, we're proud to announce that through supporting your local F&P and through F&P merchandise purchases, an undisclosed percentage of the proceeds will help fund the castration and spading of these feral beasts. But you must hurry, because left unchecked, the situation will only worsen. So please, help us in raising awareness on this unprecedented and increasingly annoying, ignorant, and childish behavior by visiting the link below, before it's too late.
What is up, everybody? It's Wednesday night. It's 8 o'clock. And yeah, it's that time.
It's that time.
And I just want to say one thing before this podcast starts. Leave our fucking children alone. What the fuck? Really?
Agreed.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Leave children out of your stupid shit. No matter what it is. These kids had nothing to do with you, your life. They've never done anything wrong to you. Leave the children the fuck alone. That's it. Rant's over. And I know everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So, we got a couple people that had to work late. So they're not going to be here tonight or maybe pop up during the show. So, we will start off with our special guests.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Seeds?
How are you guys doing? I appreciate you guys having me on here.
Good to have you, dude. Tell everybody about yourself.
Yeah, so my name goes by Detective Seeds. Most people call me DJ. I have a channel here on YouTube, Detective Seeds. I do video game reviews, previews. My reviews that I do, I approach them from a detective standpoint. If you don't know, I was an undercover police officer before I got out of that line of work. So I make it seem like the case just got dropped on my desk, and I investigate it from start to finish and kind of talk about my findings. I also do investigative analysis on court cases, upcoming trials, and other world events that involve law enforcement. So
I think you're following the whole Amber and Johnny thing.
Yeah, I've been involved in that quite a bit here, especially this last week, and it will definitely help your channel grow. I can say that
For sure.
The funny part is, my wife. I'm in North Carolina. We have nothing to do with any of this, but a doctor that works here in Wilmington, where I live, was actually part of the trial.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's been so many doctors on that thing. It's I mean, psychiatrists, doctors. You lose track of who all's going on there. And some of them shouldn't be there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that shouldn't be on there. But
some of them are bad, man.
I've not looked at any of it. It just doesn't interest me. I make memes about it. That's about it.
I know. I see them every morning when I wake up, and I love them.
I leave it at that. I could care less about any of it.
Yeah, it's it's definitely interesting. You don't see a lot of trials like this where it's got those celebrities and it's in public. So it's definitely unique and drawing a lot of attention to a different way of getting the news, so to speak, through YouTube. It's definitely grown.
Celebrities, I feel like there should be a guy walking through the crowd in the back, like trying to hawk off like some cotton candy, popcorn, peanuts. I mean, to me, it's almost be like a very, like, it's an event for sure.
It's like,
I mean, it's definitely a circus for sure. It's a circus.
You want to say a circus, especially with some of the people that have made it on the stand. You're like,
Absolutely.
Oh my God, how?
Or just the questions from the lawyers, like, come on, guys, like y'all, y'all are supposed to know law and know a lot of shit.
I love it when the one guy looked at the judge and was like, "Your Honor, do I have to answer that?" Yes, sir. You have to answer the question.
They had the one attorney. He objected to himself. He asked the question, didn't like the answer he got. He's like, objection. She's like, you asked the question, you idiot.
People, man.
There's been some funny moments, that's for sure. It's definitely been entertaining.
People. What else can you say?
That's right. That's about it.
Yeah. All right. Then moving on, we have one of our newest panel members. What is up, Centurion?
What is up, guys? Like you said, Wilmy, it is Wednesday night. It is time to talk games and be entertaining, have some fun. I'm excited for this.
And I'm excited to see my gonads are itchy back in the chat. Evidently,
okay. For a second there, I was about to be like, "Wow, how long has it been?" Congrats!
Oh man,
my gonads.
It's a great name.
It is.
I know, right?
Described literally old men.
Yeah, every man on the planet. Because balls itch. It's just a matter of scientific fact.
That is correct.
They itch. It doesn't matter what you do to them. You can shave them. You can not shave them. They itch.
That's right.
I mean, it is what it is. At least we don't get yeast infections, right?
That's right.
Well,
I'm sure I think Fork had one, or was it Husk at one time?
I think it was definitely that was Husk on that one, I think.
Okay, it may have been. So
You got it from Fork Sock.
Yeah, because I told him to sit in the oven and watch yourself rise in 10 minutes. All right, and then above him we have Peniac. What is going on, dude?
What's going on, guys? Wednesday night, let's do it. Some interesting things have already happened this week. Nothing really gaming related, but
if you can't tell, I'm already fucking tired.
But yeah, let's get into it. I'm not really playing much these days. I'm just kind of ticking around in Fortnite because I don't feel like playing a story game. So there we go.
Nothing wrong with that.
I couldn't be bothered to try the old King Kong nut farming.
Dicking around and scratching your gonads.
Call of Duty thing, but yeah. All right, let's do it.
And then in the middle, next to me, Kratos' third cousin, 3 times removed by marriage due to chlamydia. What's up, Bomber?
What's going on? Stuff happened. Twitter got mad. Twitter got happy. Twitter now is back to its old ways again about fanboyism and all that good stuff. So all is good in the world in that regard. But yeah, just passed my 91 hours in Horizon Forbidden West, and I still have some quests to finish.
Going all out.
Did you beat the campaign?
No, I have not beat the full campaign yet.
Goodness.
Done currently have every side quest done. I found all the I'm trying to think about all the things I did quite a few things. Got a couple of the I don't know what they silver trophies. I don't know what the difference is between those and anything else, but I guess they're just more rare or just harder to get, I guess. But yeah, I'm not really going for a platinum, but for whatever reason, that game just makes me want to just like unlock everything. But
90 plus hours, you should get platinum automatically. They should just give it to
you. I know, right?
Yeah, I've got over 75 hours into it already.
It is fun. Like the story is like like I was telling Peniac the other day, it's like, man, I just can't. I don't see how there's anybody that ever reviewed it and actually gave it a score and everything at 20 hours in the game. Like, you can't. Like, you know nothing about the game other than.
I don't even legit know if you could speedrun it that quickly. I mean, you probably could.
I think you probably could. Like, if you just
enough to
did
do it,
main quest, didn't touch side stuff, because, I mean, that's an option, sort of. There are times where you are required to do side stuff to unlock certain gadgets, but it's just, yeah. It's interesting, but anyway, yeah. Enough of my Horizon kick, but I did finish the my weekly and the whole thing event for Halo.
So nice. I've been playing Evil Dead.
Hell yeah.
And the bad part, the more I play that game, the more I realize just how buggy and fucked up it is.
Well, did you have any doubts?
Well, the funny part, like, I posted a video a couple of days ago. There was a guy that had gone down, and we were trying to pick him up, but his body just kept sliding all over the map, and we couldn't revive him because he was glitching. He just kept sliding around the screen. And sometimes you go to attack something, and the attack button you hit, like if you try to shoot, you automatically swing your melee weapon. I mean, it's just like,
all right.
I don't know. It needs some work. It's still fun because I love the series, but it's just like, man. And I've sunk quite a few hours in this game already.
Yeah, I mean, every time I hear you playing, you're playing that.
Yep, that's what I've been playing. So I've got to get into that new sniper game there. I need to download
that. Oh yeah, it came
that.
out today, didn't it?
Yeah, you gotta shoot a guy's nuts off X-ray style.
Oh yeah, I've played all those sniper games. I just haven't downloaded this one yet.
I love them.
I may do that in the background while we're.
That's what I was fixing. I was fixing to do the same thing. See if I even have enough room on my Xbox anyway.
Palmer, I just checked my Horizon Forbidden West playtime. I have 56 hours.
Oh, hey, 56 is good. That's actually where I stopped.
That's a platinum 56 too. I was also playing on easy because that's how I do it.
I'm on normal.
Yeah, that's true. I'm playing on easy.
But now,
yeah, sorry.
Let's get into it. So, we learned this week that Kotaku still sucks.
Correct. Yeah.
We thought, that maybe since Jason Schreier had left, maybe they would get a little dignity, but apparently not. The funny part, people will learn eventually. These magazines, well, they're not even magazines anymore. These journalists, and I'll call them journalists sparingly, they write articles to create clicks. That's what they want you to do. They want your attention. It's not that complicated to figure out. They write clickbait. That's what it's called. They want you to come to their site. They want you to comment. If they say something you don't like, they want you to come and talk shit about them. That's what they do. And the fact that, Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass was the one that, made the comment back to them. This created a whole other issue on social media a couple of days ago. I have so many words muted now.
I got bodied.
Yeah, I mean, I've got over 200,000 people blocked. But now the word list is really starting to grow. It's really starting to grow. Either you like Game Pass or you don't. Nobody cares. Sub to it or not, nobody cares. I don't know why grown men feel they have to jump online to tell the world what they're subscribing to or what they're not subscribing to.
Well, I am going to be writing an article. It's going to be put up on our YouTube channel. Our article on YouTube. And it's going to be about me unsubscribing to all subscription models because, they're just not worth it. There's no value since there's not things that I can find to enjoy myself with.
Well, I
So
mean, it's weird to me how everything so anything, it doesn't matter what it is, how big or how small, gets thrown into some type of weird ass tribalism, beat my chest console war bullshit.
that's
I
right.
It's
just
never
don't.
ending.
And it is.
The funniest thing for me with that whole thing is that I have Game Pass. Pretty much every iteration of that we're muted on Twitter because it's like both sides of the fence are just so fucking annoying with whatever they're going to push toward it. So I just muted it forever. And I didn't even know about what was going on with this whole thing for probably like 20 hours. And people were losing their mind on it. I was like, what? What's happening? What did I miss? Then I found Gene's post. Oh, Game Pass.
The
Sorry.
fact that you're telling me you got words muted is answering a bunch of questions for me, because I've always kind of wondered why whenever I use certain words on posts, it seems like they get stunted, like they don't get seen as much as you think they were. But now it's like you have totally given me insight that people are physically muting these words now. It is just told that, man, now it makes me not want to use hashtags and stuff anymore because you just don't know.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. That's true. I thought it was interesting that when they made that tweet, you had Xbox Game Pass account. Whoever runs that account was just like on it.
They
Yeah,
were
they
on
were.
top of it.
I mean, they were like Johnny on the spot because that tweet was not up very long before they put that up.
Hey,
And then
Steve,
had
did you eat your Wheaties this morning?
Yeah, right. Hey guys, watch this. And then you had some of the Vampire just came out to Game Pass. They tweeted, kind of backing up how Game Pass works. And even I didn't fully understand how the developers are paid when they put games on Game Pass. And they're essentially given their full budget up front to cover the cost of that game. So what developer is going to say no to that? I mean,
Exactly.
from a
So-
profit
and-
margin standpoint, you're going to say yes.
Am I the only one that also saw In Exile's stuff?
Yes. Oh yeah. In Exile.
In,
jumped in.
I saw it.
what
Yeah.
In Exile was like in the DMs with a razor blade going after freaking people's knees, man.
Oh, dude, it was the social media accounts for these companies is quite hilarious. I mean, they were on it. I mean, like you said, Johnny on the spot, man.
That guy came out of left field with, "Oh, it's interesting. You're on this platform talking when you blah 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 about 5 years, and what have you done in 5 years?" And the company came back, and Excel was like, "Well, we've made 6 games and 2 DLCs. What have you done?"
Yeah.
They got rid of Jason Schreier.
And then of course they put on there, and they're all in Game Pass.
And let me catch this. AJ, thanks for the 199 super chat. Hey Wilmy, mind sharing that block list with me, dude? If I could, I would.
Take you 3 days. To
Good God, I don't know how you get
Yeah,
that.
it'd probably take you a week to download it.
Yeah. And parse it. I think
And
that
by the way, Noof and
Oh,
Silent.
no. What's up, bro?
the
Go ahead.
console war is almost as bad as the political divide in the United States, if you look at it.
At least
Yeah.
the console can be funny sometimes.
Yeah, but the only thing is there's no exact leader that everybody stands behind.
Thank God.
No,
Oh no,
give it
Philly
time.
Spence. No, I'm just kidding.
Give it time. There's going to be one that emerges.
I mean, there's
Hashtag
always those few that they try to take the crown or whatever to say like
That
they're
that is true.
the head of the Pony Nation or the head of the Xbox Nation or whatever you want to consider them. I mean, it's just like I understand some people do it for fun, I guess, but when you could tell when somebody hit their nerve and they like come out saying like calling people idiots and all this, I'm like, that's not. You're not just playing around. Your feelings are hurt, even though you're a grown ass man. But your feelings are hurt because your plastic got said that it doesn't have games or whatever. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll never get it. But people freaking make me laugh on social media.
Yeah, I don't understand either, and it just I'm to the point now. I don't even read anything on Twitter anymore. I just post my memes, talk to you guys in the DMs, and I'm off. Because it
sounds like you got everybody blocked anyways. So.
Yeah. No, I find new people daily, believe it or not. I
All
average
right.
maybe
Then they
3 a day
DM
now.
you. Then they
Here it
DM
is.
you.
There's somebody clapped at In Exile saying, It must be great knowing you're going to be making Game Pass fodder for the foreseeable future. And Exile came back with full creative freedom, financial support, and millions of gamers playing and loving our games. It's a dream, really. Highly recommend.
Yeah. I don't, like, I'm trying to figure out what these people think. Like, they're going to get, like, a one-up on them on Twitter. Like, you're not.
Yeah,
dude.
like the studio's social media account guy's going, yeah, dang, dude, you got me.
Yeah, right? Like,
Right.
come on.
All right, guys, he
Good
got
one.
me. Turn off the lights. Lock the doors. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Time to go home.
like,
That was a good one.
Somebody call Jason real quick.
We got to tell him everything.
Yeah, it never ceases to amaze me, man, and it's always the same people if you pay attention. It's always
Oh,
the same
it is.
people.
It is. It's the same people that try to rile it up and keep it going. I guess that's what they get on Twitter for, I guess. I mean,
Over
I
2
don't know.
games that got delayed.
yeah.
I mean,
But hey, that's it. That's every
Like-
game though.
I work in an industry, in the electrical industry now. I have a Starfield delay multiple times a day. Like you can't get anything, you know, like you
Yep.
can't even go to the store and get stuff. So it's like, if you truly tap into the power of Game Pass, there are so many games on there that I would have never played before
Oh yeah.
if it wasn't for Game Pass. Lawn mowing simulator. When it's the wintertime here in Indiana, you can't mow the lawn. So what do? I sit in my chair, pop a cold beer, and I mow the grass.
I'm glad you enjoy cutting grass that much.
I was going to
'cause-
say,
Look,
man, that's
look, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mowing grass.
It
I'm
is
telling you.
it's actually I don't know what it's something to do with it's something.
There's something
soothing.
about it.
And I know I do it almost on a daily.
I'm
But
telling you, man.
like
especially when you're
on the
drinking.
game, yeah, you're just sitting chilling until you accidentally freaking use the weed eater and hit it like a damn flower or something.
Oh,
It
I
takes
messed up
$10
all kinds of
off. I'm like,
yards.
you son of a that ain't no $10 flower. Come on now.
My company went broke quick because I was down in some Jameson, and I was like, "Oh, that's a bush." Whoop.
Well,
Damn.
that's a dog.
Yep.
Well,
That
I
was
guess-
the
I guess now
owner's
it's sushi.
foot. That was the owner's foot.
Yeah.
Did anyone actually go to Kotaku and read the article? I mean, I
Oh,
didn't.
absolutely not. I'm not
No.
going to. I'm not going to read
I read
anything.
part of it.
I skimmed it a little bit. I
was
just
like,
curious.
The
I
only
stopped
reason
at
why I
the tweet.
don't is like anytime you label a thing saying I quit Game Pass, I quit that. Like I don't care. Like that's just what does it matter? It doesn't matter. Nobody should
Exactly.
ever care if you individually said I'm not going to do Game Pass anymore because they delayed 2 games. Okay. And the sad part is like I think a lot of people were saying is so many people already have their subscription all the way up for
Yeah.
even if it's a year or 6 more months. You cancel it now. Guess what? You still have Game Pass until it
Yeah,
runs
my-
out.
Mine's valid until like September next year. It's like, yeah, I'm going to cancel mine. Fuck no, I'm not canceling.
And it's the same people that I don't think they realize as consumers, we're subscribing to a service that we want to have it get better. And it cannot get better if you don't subscribe to it and help it build and give it time to evolve. So when you back out and you pull your money out, don't expect Game Pass to continue to get better, because if something were to happen, obviously it's not because Microsoft has a blank check. But if something were to happen, you have nobody but to blame but yourself, because you didn't support them whenever they were going through the craziest time in our history of trying to make video games, make anything right now, and you didn't want to support it because 2 of your games got delayed. I don't understand that, you know. And I'm pro consumer, so
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense, and it's like Adam just said, it's attention.
Mhm.
That's all it is. People are just looking for attention, and they get it. You know, they really truly do. I mean, that's why you announce it on social media. That's why I thought it'd be funny. I was like, I'm unsubbing from my YouTube channel.
I never did call your supervisor. Forgot.
Good, because he's been really busy. He was throwing a wrench at 8:05 this morning that he didn't appreciate.
Oh damn.
I got the call and I was like, "Oh my god, are you kidding me?" So yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it wasn't a good morning. But you know, people just look for attention. They look for anything, and these journalists that is their job, is to put out something that gets attention, and they did exactly what they wanted with that.
And like a
They
day or
got-
two later, Gene tweeted that I didn't realize
yeah.
this was going to get so much traction. It's like, come on, man. It's
Yeah,
like
you
I
did.
like his stuff. Most of his stuff, he seems like he's mostly, level-headed with what he does. But it's like, come on, you knew what you were doing.
Oh, he knew exactly
knew-
what he was doing.
You knew what was going to happen.
He's like, look, we didn't meet our quota for clicks to our website, but this will do it. This will do it in a heartbeat.
It's
I
like
mean,
when you break up with someone, you post something knowing your ex is going to see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
This
it
is going to piss them off. Watch this.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and see the funny part, it's just like everything does it. Like the news, news
Oh, yeah.
channels. My local news. I don't know about everybody else's. My local news here in North Carolina, they're terrible on social media because they will put up a link that says, something about somebody being shot at a church, blah, 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 blah. And it never tells you until you click on the article, and then an ad plays, and then it goes to another ad, and then eventually you see the article, and it goes, oh, this was over in California. And I'm like, what the fuck do I care? I mean, I'm in North Carolina. Every site does that.
Yep.
All of them do, because that's how they make their ad revenue. YouTube creators. I can sit here in this chair and I can give you a list from now until we sign off of YouTube creators that make nothing but clickbait articles just to draw attention to their channels.
Hey, look, I just got monetized today, so you're giving me a lot of ideas here. So keep
Well,
going.
there's actually a science to it, because I've built some websites, and there's a science to it called search engine optimization, or SEO. And there's like a flow or a certain way of writing your articles where you got to use keyword statements. Like that's why whenever they talk about Game Pass, it just seems like they're just uber over descriptive. Like you would never talk to someone like this in real life, but for some reason when you put pen on paper they are. It's because they're trying to also appease the Google algorithms and the Bing algorithms and the DuckDuckGo algorithms that search all these documents, and this is how they basically determine what a document it is. So it's almost like they're basically forced to write in a manner that's almost like brainwashing.
Yeah,
Just
I
be
use
able-
one of those.
That's what the other Forbes guy, not Paul, but the other Forbes guy said. He's like, yeah, I wrote this article with the exact same title. And a year later, I wrote another article with the exact same title because here's what the algorithm does. And I knew it would get more hits if it was designed the same way. And he admitted it right on Twitter. And people were like, whatever.
I have a YouTube video that shows you how to connect your phone to play xCloud on your, basically through screen sharing onto your TV. You can play xCloud with a controller. It's like having an Xbox without an Xbox. Every time something comes out for xCloud, that video gets more and more hits. Just because of the interest in the xCloud and game streaming.
Yeah. We've got a few videos here on this channel that really surprised the fuck out of me with how many views they
I
keep
know, it's
getting.
always those one videos. You're just like, what the hell?
It's like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
At least
because
that's how I
honestly,
always feel. Like, why?
honestly, we there's one video on this channel, and it still shocks me to this day, and my wife and I really laugh about it. I did the video like a year and a half ago. It was some stupid game on the PlayStation 4. And actually, that was longer than that. It was some really cheesy horror game. And I was, laughing and joking my way through the game, and I played the whole game in like 40 minutes. That's how long it took from start to finish. That video has 81,000 views. And the funny part, I still get questions. People send me questions on the channel. Hey, how did you get to this part? How did you get to that part?
It's like, first of all, it's a 40-minute game. Just get there.
You're not going to miss much.
A 40-minute
and
game? I
people-
can't even remember games I put 300 hours into. I can only imagine how hard you'd have to think about that.
Think about
Yeah,
a 40-minute game, right? Like, I don't remember.
And people still send messages about that game. And I get at least a couple a month now about that video.
That's too funny.
And it's strange to me, but that's how it works, It's there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just like, okay, well, that's the way it works.
I'm gonna go find it now and ask a bunch of random ass questions in your comment section.
It's
For me, it was
strange.
the game Scorn. I did just a random video on Scorn and what I know about the game. And for some reason, that video had more people visiting it for the longest time. Like, there is actually a lot of people interested in Scorn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm one of them.
It's supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, it's supposed to. I mean, I'm definitely not going to say it is. I'm
Yeah,
just
now
gonna
don't say that because I remember being on a lot of podcasts that goes, oh, yeah, man, Starfield's coming out this year. That's not even a
Oh,
problem.
dude, I think it's still
That
hilarious.
is set in stone, brother.
Set in stone.
I still laugh at people that were like that. They're like, "Oh, it's definitely coming." I'm like, okay.
I've heard a few podcasters say, well, yeah, man, it's definitely, that's definite. Yeah, that's not going to change. They never said, yeah.
My weekly
Yeah.
report from Microsoft got delivered this morning. They said so.
Yeah.
I think they had 2 already today announced they got delayed. Replaced and Atomic Heart. Didn't they announce both of those were delayed?
They
Atomic
delayed
Heart?
Atomic Heart again?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought
saw-
Atomic
I
Heart
figured they
was
would.
coming out in December.
I'm pretty sure that they.
It's coming
I
out
know,
in
I know replaced
a month
is.
that ends in Burr 2022 in theory. That was what
Yeah,
the
I haven't
last
had
video
much
was.
sleep this week, so maybe I was hallucinating. But I'm pretty sure.
I've always had questions about Atomic Heart. I mean, ever making it on time, because Munfish, the company making the game, is based in Moscow, Russia, and we all know how easy it is to get a product out of there right now.
I think that's why they said that it was delayed or at least questionable. I'll have to look and share it with you guys. But Stalker 2 was the other one. I believe they set up shop in Poland now.
Yeah, they've actually actually went back to work on Stalker.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was already a December 18th, and they just lost 2 months.
Yeah,
So,
they moved over to
Yeah.
Warsaw, Poland, I think, and working out of there.
so I have to imagine that's not making it.
Yeah, I really wanted Atomic Heart too. That was sad because I
And
really
I'm
wanted to see
still
the game.
curious if
And Adam says that it says late 2022 for Atomic Heart right now.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, I saw something the other day. It said December, but you know how that can change.
Yeah, especially coming out of that region right now.
Oh yeah,
Well, Starfield was set in stone, so
that's right.
yeah. According to some people, man, Fred Flintstone had his little,
And that
was
stone
an
was made out of mud.
Yeah, that was
It's
erasable
sand.
ink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most definitely. But yeah, man, people take all this shit way too serious. I've seen some really, really strange comments this week, and it's like, why are you going to attack somebody personally over a video game that neither one of you had any hand in developing?
You don't know anything about it. Like, nobody knows anything about this game other than the very small things that they've even taught.
You know what? I know all kinds of stuff about it. Hang on, I'll show you.
Oh, shit.
We actually have footage. See, there was your footage.
There's my footage.
I didn't see the
Well,
sandwich.
I'm one of those obsessive fans. When I saw that concept art of that one planet, I got my journal out and I made so many plans on what I was going to do on that one planet.
Are you joking?
I am joking, dude.
Okay,
I am-
well, you said something.
I'm going to stick
You were
my
talking about being
dick
a
right into
closet
this
nerd.
ground right here. I'm going to
It's
screw
hard
this
to
around.
tell. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I also decorated my journal with a photo of Todd Howard.
Yes.
You know?
Well,
Yeah.
see, now you're doing it right. Now you're doing it right.
You
See,
take the poster down. Had that poster in your room with Todd Howard. You're like, no, never.
what's gonna
again."
happen-
I did
The,
like
the hole he had in there was getting worn
I did
out,
like
so
the
yeah.
early 90s thing, and I made like a book cover out of the poster for the journal.
Nice.
It's
That's
like
how
people
you do
burning
it.
their jerseys whenever their team doesn't win. It's like taking Todd
Oh,
Howard
God.
out. It's
Dude,
just
I,
crazy.
I still find that funny.
Burning the jerseys?
Yes,
Yeah.
burn something you made for. Good. That's going to
Yeah.
show
And
them.
then the next
Yeah,
year, they're in
that-
the championship. They're like, yeah, this is the best team ever. It's like, bro, you were just putting gasoline on your jersey
Hey, wait a
last
minute,
year.
wait
What
a
are you doing?
So wait a minute. When the team loses, they burn the jersey. When the team wins, they burn the city down.
Yep.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
It's
Kind of how that
yeah.
works. This is how this works.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sadly, I
Either
didn't
way, you
know
win
about
with fire.
everywhere. It's
Yeah.
always with fire.
Yes.
Distracted ass when your grilling channel's starting, Bomber.
Did you guys,
Man, if I ever had time, I probably would, but no.
did you guys play the first Plague Tale?
Yeah.
I played the first like 40 minutes and was bored to tears, so I never tried
Really?
it again.
Oh, dude,
yeah, I
just
mean,
love the sneaking
sneaking out with like your brother that's an idiot. Like I thought that was about the dumbest thing.
Yeah,
So I was like, no.
I
was
He
like,
was
yeah,
super
it is.
annoying. I wanted to kill him literally
Yes.
throughout the entire game.
I didn't get much farther than Bomber.
I just wanted to take him and throw him at the guard and let me go grab a sword and stab people. But no, you don't do that.
There's no
You just-
stabbies. No
You
stabbies.
just walk around and try to get it slowly. I'm like, no, this ain't my game.
Once he gets his powers, the game. I mean, I played through and beat the entire campaign, and like I'm like you guys. During that entire time, I was like, this is the ideal little brother that you just want to beat the shit out of.
Yep.
But you know, like you got to drag him along. But once he gets his powers and he can control the rats, that game, I was hooked after that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
played
You
it.
ain't gonna make me go play it.
dude,
Ain't
once you get
Requiem
the powers,
supposed to
it's
come
awesome.
out this year too?
Yeah, sequels. I don't know if it's officially.
Because it's supposed to be
I
this
don't
year
think
too,
there's
right?
a day, but it's supposed.
It's
to be
just this year. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. I was,
Yeah,
And-
sometime this
Well,
year.
don't set it in stone.
Some pin.
oh.
It is good though. I would highly suggest, like, if you can get past probably the first hour and just past the first hour once he gets his powers, it's an excellent game.
Yeah, and it's
Maybe
only
I'll try,
what
but
8 to 10 maybe long. So
Yeah,
it's not
it's about
like,
8
it's not
hours.
like a huge game or anything like that. So
Oh, that's cool. That should be one I should knock out of my backlog.
Yeah,
I
it has a
recommend
really
it
good
for sure.
story.
Here's something. Here's a fun. I actually have the game physically. I know
shit.
most people
Wow.
are actually going to have it on, but I found that thing in like Walmart being clearanced out for $5. I was like,
Nice.
okay, why not?
They still make discs.
Oh yeah,
They still make this. Ah, shit.
I thought we got rid of that.
I thought we got rid
Not
of all
yet.
of this.
That's
Plague
what Game
Tale
Pass. That's what Game
stores,
Pass is
June-
going to do. It's
June
gonna take out-
17th. That shit ain't coming out in June. What?
Does that say it's supposed to come out June 17th?
That's got to be a typo. What?
It has to be.
Oh,
I think
Plague
that was supposed to
Tale-
say
Adam-
December.
Adam, like,
what's
wait a minute.
coming out?
Adam said Plague Tale Requiem says June 17th.
Of next year?
We didn't even
Of this
see any
year.
gameplay, did we? At
No.
Jeff
all you
Keighley's
saw,
show?
No, all you
There's
saw
a
was
cinematic
the
trailer.
CGI. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cinematics, and that's it. So I don't
Who
know.
knows?
That's got to be a Todd Howard typo.
Shadow dropped.
They
could
switched
be.
the date to 11/11.
Yeah, the
right.
official site
Yeah.
says this year.
What we really meant was.
Look, what we really meant was this game.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Blame it on the intern.
And Adam says no. It literally says June 17th.
That is crazy.
And it's not even being taught. There ain't no how. And see this right here. If that's true, just saying that's true. This is the problem with Microsoft's marketing.
Do they have
Like,
the
there's
rights to
nothing.
it?
Same thing with
Maverick.
Top Gun. You know, Top Gun Maverick thing DLC came out for Flight Sim. Nobody knew about it.
Nobody plays that game.
It's
Did
just,
that already come
it's just
out?
hilarious. Yeah,
I think it came out today.
It came out
Or yesterday.
right. Yeah, it came out yesterday when
They did
Yeah.
some type of stream or something for
the
it.
movie came out. But
They
like
did
they
some
don't
type of
talk
stream
about
for
it.
it, but I didn't see much about it. But
I was
if
not
you
good
don't
at that
if you
game.
don't have anything coming out, wouldn't you advertise stuff that is going to be coming? Like, I don't know. Like maybe I don't know anything, but I feel like you should throw some type of marketing out for something.
I guess with it coming to Game Pass, maybe they're like
Maybe that's
wanting to
it. They're
save
just
it
like,
for the
Game
show.
Pass.
Yeah, and because the show's on what, the 12th, so that would be 5 days later. So maybe they're just like, we're just going to show it on the 12th and say, hey, it's coming out June 17th. Here's all the gameplay. I don't know that man. But it also, he just said, so looking into it, says June
not
17th, but it also says it's not official.
Of course not, because they
Yeah.
don't know when their shit's coming out.
It's a maybe.
Nobody knows.
Where do you want to eat tonight? I don't know.
I don't
One of
know.
those things.
oh,
Hey,
you're married.
you don't know,
You're
it could
married
be one
too,
of
then,
those
aren't you?
I
You
am
must
not.
be married.
I'm divorced.
Oh,
But you have been married.
well,
I have been, yeah.
Yeah, so we knew right when you said, where do you want to eat? We got it.
That's right.
But here's a very odd topic that I never thought I would see. Apple is in talks to buy EA Gaming. Disney and Amazon
sense.
are also potential suitors.
It all makes sense. All three of those. Now, Amazon, hopefully not, because apparently they don't know what they're doing. So, no Amazon. But Apple, maybe. I mean, that would be their ultimate way to get into.
Could you imagine if
gaming?
Apple buys them? Every because there's going to be these
Talking
little
about microtransactions?
microtransactions would be like $45 for a pair of of headphones for your character.
This is true though, 100%. Apple.
The only people I know that try to sell a fucking computer monitor that's the size of my hand for like $5,000 fucking dollars.
Oh, dude.
I'm not an Apple fan, in case anybody can't tell.
Dude, when I saw their Apple iPad Pro, that's $2,500. I was like, you got what? A tablet? No, sorry.
See, I'm gonna tell you who buys this shit. White women that go to Starbucks.
Shit.
That's like a requirement.
It's like a requirement.
Now they're going to be at the drive-thru of Starbucks playing Madden, build their ultimate team in the drive-thru.
And I can tell you how I know this.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you how I know. My wife has an iPhone. She won't get an Android.
She go to Starbucks.
Starbucks. She's got the fucking little the laptop. It's been used 4 times. Brand new iPad.
Yes.
Everything is Apple. My daughter, both of them, same way. I've got sister-in-laws. They're the same way. It's your basic white girl device.
It's your white girl device.
That's what it is.
Now, let me ask you this. If Apple does that and they have those mobile games, how do you see them negotiating the terms with Android?
It'll probably...
Because they're...
I don't know. That's tough because that...
Yeah.
The little court stuff that they did not too long ago. That's gonna be an issue. I think again. I think they'll be going back to it again because of this whole finagle. If they get it, Disney, of course.
I don't want to see Disney get it.
I don't know who would be best out of those three, really, because really none of them are in console gaming right now, and that's what really EA is all about right now, minus microtransactions. But
Disney's just so fucking shady, dude.
Well, they all are shit.
Not like Disney.
I mean, they are pretty bad, but they're all bad. They're all three
Disney,
of them are bad.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, Disney is like fucking evil.
It'd shock the hell out of me if Disney wanted EA. They got out of gaming a long time ago.
I know. I mean, they have their
they sold
IPs and all that shit. But
yeah, they sold off all their gaming development, all the studios that they had, and they pretty much have no problem licensing out IPs, and they are just fine with the revenue they get out from licensing those IPs. It would blow my mind if they wanted to put their toe back in the pool and try to be like, get EA and do it again, because they're not cut out for it. They're not cut out for that.
So badly on release.
Yeah, I just don't see Disney. No.
There's so much that I have to look at because they have pretty much sports. They are the sports thing minus not basketball. They suck at NBA Live. Should just never come back ever. Just leave that alone. Let 2K do their thing and overcharge people for a terrible game. But yeah, like all I care about is whoever buys them, just make sure NCAA football is amazing, and that's all I care about. I will like the football club whenever they decide whatever they name it, I guess. But
how are they going to do that though? Because I was reading an article that you're not going to have the World Cup on there because FIFA owns the rights to it. So they're basically going to have like
FIFA stuff out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're basically going to have to make up their own like. I don't know.
It'll be like Pro Evolution Soccer. That franchise, like you don't have the main teams either. There's a lot of teams you don't have. You don't have the correct. There's a lot of things you don't get. It's I don't know, like all the different Champions League and all that stuff. I don't know if they'll even have all that stuff still. That is a hard thing because FIFA is attached to too much.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to break. I mean, you think about the number of FIFA players that are
Yep.
FIFA gamers. You know, you're going to have to completely change your brand now.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
it's
EA
odd.
Soccer Club or something.
I don't know anything about soccer. My son plays soccer, and they throw the flags. I'm like, what the hell's going on? They're calling offsides, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything about soccer, so I never could get into the games.
I love
Yeah,
me some soccer. I'm not gonna lie.
You do?
I do. I love me some soccer. Soccer
Yeah.
is freaking amazing. But you know, I mean, I just want them to do good. Plus, you also have Need for Speed.
Yeah.
That's coming back. Supposed to be this year also, but we'll see how that works out. Probably not.
They haven't given a date on that one.
Yeah, so probably next year for a Need for Speed, I guess. But there's just, man, there's no good out of any three of these, especially Amazon. I mean, they already are quitting on their shit anyway, so like, why do they want them?
yeah.
I mean,
They've already
just
gave on Luna.
Throw a bunch of bag of money at stuff and hope.
I mean, right. I mean, they're like, I just buy it, and I can see them buying it, cutting a deal with Microsoft again, but like, all right, we're just gonna put everything on Game Pass, and y'all do everything. We're gonna let, and then
Oh my
y'all deal
God.
with our studios, and we'll just sit here and take the money.
Could you imagine? And I'm going to throw this out. Could you just imagine if after the acquisition goes through with whoever, who the fuck is
Blizzard
their mind?
Activision.
Yeah,
Activision.
Blizzard and
Activision.
Activision.
Yeah.
If they went and got it to EA, could you imagine the breakdown on social media? I think I would leave all social media at that point.
Because
I-
the rest
I-
of them blocked.
That would be tough. I don't know if even if nobody, like, even if Apple, Disney, and Amazon screw it, we don't want this, and it was still available after this whole thing with Blizzard. I don't think they would even allow Microsoft to purchase them personally. Like, I don't know if that would be an option.
Dude,
for them.
money is money.
No, money is money, but also there are those people that are like, quit buying too many big people. You can buy all the little people. Don't buy all the big people.
I think
Eventually-
Embracer Group is going to buy someone else before it's all said and done.
Oh
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Anybody other than 10 Cent. I just don't want to see 10 Cent get in.
As long as 10 cents don't buy somebody, we're good.
Yeah. I think before the end of, maybe even before the end of this year, Embracer Group will come in and buy someone else.
Yeah, that's very possible because they own what 30-some studios already.
But,
Or is it more than
They own a
that?
lot.
Oh, dude, they have like 200 and something.
yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
This acquisition added, a couple, but it gave them way more AAA. I think it ended up giving them like a library of 33 additional AAA titles by just this one purchase. So yeah, I mean, they have a ton of studios that they falls under their umbrella. So,
And I think Embracer Group will do good by them. I don't see any like craziness that'll come out of them unless they just make shitty games again. Then, well, that's just for anybody really.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I don't know. Amazon, I don't see that working at all. Because like we said, Luna's already a bust. So I'm surprised Google's not thrown in there.
well, see, I would have thought Google first. At least they're still trying to push Stadia. I mean,
Are they?
Yep.
I mean, they are. They are still.
It's
they're
kicking.
still out there.
Games are still releasing every month.
They still have a community manager. I mean, they still got a lot of things going on, and they're still releasing things. I mean, they just got another big deal with another game that's coming to their service first or some shit. I can't remember.
Shower with Daddy Part 3.
I don't know, it's supposed to be some AAA game or something. Hell, I don't know. But they're trying to do something. But
Shower with Daddy in 4K, 60 frames per second.
yes,
It's Shower with Daddy after Alcoholics Anonymous meeting.
Yeah.
There's your AAA.
They're getting Shower with Breakpoint too.
That's
oh shit,
it.
there's a Dread. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Dread is here.
What's up, man?
Sounds.
We figured
dead.
you'd be asleep, Dreadpool.
Dude. Yeah, I've only had a couple hours sleep, so yeah, today's been one of those messed up days. But I'm here.
Can agree.
Been covering
Little
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard too, huh?
Yeah. I've already wished some turds on somebody's bed before. So
Now I'm gonna tell you what I told all the panel last night. If you want to watch something really fucked up,
yeah,
my
one.
wife and I watched. We love documentaries, especially when it's just the two of us. And since our kids are grown, that's a possibility now. We watched one because I'm a horror nut. Everybody knows me, knows I'm all in anything scary. So, and I played the game Slender Man, and it was terrible. I've seen a couple of movies that had the character in it, but we actually watched the documentary about Slender Man and the two girls that tried to kill their best friend, saying that Slender Man told them to. And it is called Beware of Slender Man. It's on HBO Max. Dude, I am here to tell you that is the most fucked up shit. Because you've got these two 12-year-old girls that just sit there and they're talking about murdering their little friend just like we're talking to each other. There is no emotion. There's no remorse other than the fact, yeah, well, we wanted to get into the mansion with Slender Man. I mean,
that was the one with the little boy, wasn't it?
No, it was two girls.
Yeah, two girls, but they took out they killed the boy, wasn't it?
No. They tried to kill their little girlfriend.
Oh.
She spent 7 days in the hospital, but she did survive. And I mean, it was just fucking creepy as shit. So yeah, it was weird.
How does that compare to the Onision?
Onision was a whole different beast, dude, because that motherfucker was just crazy as hell.
Yeah.
But I mean, this was a lot shorter than the Onision story. But holy shit, dude, it's still fucked up beyond belief.
Wisconsin has that effect on kids. Shit.
Damn. Well, Dan, you're not even in Wisconsin anymore, dude. You're in Florida now, aren't you?
I was expecting Ohio.
No, he's down there with cerebral palsy.
No, I meant
everybody's in Ohio.
kids with all the corn, children of the corn.
That is true. Everything bad that happens in Ohio, Florida, and what's the other state?
Well, I live in Indiana, and it sucks here, so you might as well just throw us in, too.
Well, they always say it's Ohio, Florida, and there's one other state that's always fucking up something.
New
There's
York
three.
City? New York?
No, it's not New York.
Washington, D.C. That's where it is.
Yeah, well, that's
That's where it needs to be.
Well,
Yeah.
California has its own little thing,
Well,
their own little section.
Shit, California. Hell.
But
Hush your mouth about us Hoosiers. I accept it, man. I accept it.
Gator ring in my backyard now. Dude, we have gators here too, and where I live. It's not funny.
We don't have as many here unless you go south. Thank God.
Dude, there's nothing funnier than driving around here and seeing these old men on the golf course. And gators love the golf courses because of all the water.
Yes.
I've actually seen these old dudes standing there with a golf club trying to get a fucking ball out from this big gator's mouth.
Yeah, people are stupid.
And it's like, dude, come on, Grandpa. You're 85 fucking years old. You got a colostomy bag hanging on your side. If that gator decides to fucking jump, what the fuck are you going to do?
Like, I've seen Happy Gilmore, is it? So take your hand. Take your hand.
And there's a rule here, too. If you live
my ball.
you live on a golf course,
Nobody wants to be Chubbs.
you don't want to have a dog or a cat that stays outside.
No, absolutely not.
Mhm.
No.
I had a customer one time. They actually watched a gator snatch their puppy.
I can imagine. Oh, yeah. Hey, that's a good snack.
Yeah,
Hey.
it is an expensive puppy too. As a poodle.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Hey,
That
that's
sucks because their kid's not going to be able to say their dog ate their homework now.
Yeah. Well, technically you could. The dog ate the
Well,
homework. The gator ate the dog.
You get the gator eat the dog.
Imagine telling that to your teacher at school.
Look, I was trying to get my homework away from a dog.
And if you live in
dog
one of
got
the
ate by
states,
a
teacher's like,
gator.
yeah, I can see that.
Now my dad is
Yeah,
trying
fine.
to cook the gator. So
a new Scooby snack.
Damn right.
Yeah,
But,
those things will climb fences, man.
Oh
People
yeah.
don't
Oh
think-
yeah.
or they'll
Yeah.
just go through them. depending
No,
on
we
big
had a
they are.
wedding. We had a wedding that I was DJing for and setting up. So they had to have the ceremony outside. So, here we are redoing all the DJ equipment because it was last minute. and obviously I jacked up the price on that one. But we go out there and we set it up, and we had to pull away because a dinosaur was crossing the way.
Oh, we get
Huge.
some here, dude, that
It was
just
like a
cross the
15
road.
footer.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they just lay there and stare at you when you try to drive around them,
Oh yeah, because they're like, "What are you gonna do?"
See, in my Rubicon, I'll drive over that motherfucker. I don't care.
It'd be just like a speed bump. He'd just be like, "What the hell
Yeah,
did you just
he
do?"
wouldn't even be a speed bump to me, dude. The treads on my tires are like this fucking thick.
He probably
But
wouldn't
anyway.
even feel it either.
Yeah, I wouldn't even notice. But so we're pretty much hoping that well, we don't really give a shit who gets EA, do we?
I mean, I just want somebody to do good for NCAA football. That's all I care, to be honest. And Need
'Cause,
for
boy, I
Speed.
got
I
us
mean-
really sidetracked.
I mean, you do care, but
I mean, I care, but
you
I don't.
don't. You know what I mean? It's one of those
I
Yeah.
care
things.
about their IPs.
Yeah. I mean, who's going to take over what they've done so far and hopefully not screw it up like they have been doing, or screwing
Yeah,
us over like they've been doing for many years?
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
See, if Microsoft
Yeah.
bought them, they could do a lot of games as a service with all the sports games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe they wouldn't charge
Damn, could you imagine
$70 every year.
COD
for a
versus
Exactly, you just-
Battlefield?
just
$25 upgrade to the new
give me the new goddamn
roster.
16 meg roster update.
Yep, that's
For
it.
sakes.
That's all anybody wants. That and any new jerseys or shit. That's it.
And
So-
there was a lot of there was another thing that got everybody on social media upset yesterday, I think.
Oh shit.
The technical error from PlayStation where they were
Oh yeah.
Air quotes.
matter of fact,
Yeah. Technical.
go ahead and discuss this. I've got to go take a husk.
Oh, okay.
And I'll let you guys start it off.
I'll
be
let
right
Petty
back.
go after that one.
Well, I think we talked about earlier. We're blaming it on an intern with a bad pitch. Like, hey, who wants to come up with an awesome idea at this staff meeting? I got one. I mean, that's they should have learned because, like, when Xbox did theirs, they saw the feedback that came that wasn't what they thought it was going to be, so they had to back check it. Hey, we've learned from this, and Sony apparently didn't learn from it, or they legitimately had a glitch, which I don't really believe. And I have a PlayStation 5. I like Sony games, but I'm not buying it.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
Microsoft was a different aspect. They jacked up the whole price. This one here, they said if you still want this, we're not going to like retro everything down to the regular price. So if, instead of having 30 days, you'd have 17 days. They said you got to pay extra to go into that tier. So it made no sense. It basically was like what you already had was no longer good for anything. It was just useless.
No, that's not what it was. Here's
No,
what
no,
it
I
was.
know, but
It's-
you had to pay for the extra. But I'm just saying, when it first came out, it seemed like it was useless. Like, what's going on? Now they're making me pay more just to get the highest level that I already had that they're going into.
No, that's not it either.
All right, well,
Here's what it is.
I watched it last
So-
night. So
So over on this happened specifically in the Hong Kong store, which is where the email from the
Yeah.
Hong Kong support came through, and it got published in the story, and it was a thing. So they typically they're very aggressive multiple times during the year to get people into Plus. So they'll discount the subs through the store like 40%. So people are like, oh, let's do that. And then, oh, I can buy more than one. So people were stacking, as you would. And now that the new Plus is rolled out in that region, they were like, okay, I have Essential, and I would like to have Deluxe or whatever it's called over there, because I don't think they have Premium. But anyway,
Premium's the same.
and the store was like, okay, we see that you have all these discounted, sub prices that you got for 40% off. Well, what we're gonna have to get you to do is actually pay, instead of 60, we're gonna have to make you pay that 100%, and then you can pay the extra to upgrade to the extra tier,
Yeah, I
to
thought it's
the higher tier. And it's just like,
It's like, wait a minute, I just bought this.
like I saw it first, I was like, okay, let's assume this is 100% accurate. This is bullshit.
yeah.
This is bullshit. I'm like, this has to be an oversight or a
Yeah,
technical
a
error.
technical error, right? A technical error.
Because they're not going to be that stupid, are they? Are they?
All
gonna
I
be
want
that
to
stupid?
say is I better see some reactions like when they tried to hike the price of Game Pass. I mean, we better be like trying to burn. Like I remember they were trying to burn down Microsoft Studios in Redmond because of trying to hike the price of Game Pass. And this is actually, in my opinion, a little bit more egregious because it's like you bought something at a discount, and now we're gonna take that discount away, and then we're gonna charge you the difference on top. It doesn't, the wording of it does not look good at all. I hope you're right and this is an oversight, but I feel the only way it's going to be an oversight is if the community gets up in an uproar about it like they did with the Xbox.
Yeah, they supposedly already fixed it.
Yeah,
for them.
There was a official Ask PlayStation tweet that said, due to a technical error,
yeah.
blah blah blah. Now you don't have to pay the.
They fixed it. What was it? About 8 hours after its rollout, I think is what it was. Yeah, it was fixed about 8 hours later.
Yeah,
was that 8
Currently,
hours?
Within a day.
Within a day. Fixed. Yeah, within a day it was fixed. Which I mean, it's good. I mean, glad they.
I don't
caught on
buy
to
the
it, so
subscription services on PlayStation, so I don't keep up with them that heavily.
And at least anybody who actually upgraded and just said, fuck it, I'm paying that anyway, they're reimbursing those people too. So,
yeah.
Which is very odd for them to give anybody back their money.
That's a true statement.
I don't know. I'm an easy 1-for-1 for getting a refund from the store.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky, some of them.
Yeah, I know. I know a lot of people have had issues.
Was it Cyberpunk?
That's the only one.
No. It was a long time ago. It was like Just Cause 3.
Okay.
And that game was just a busted, unoptimized piece
Still
of crap.
is.
Maybe. I actually tried to play it like a couple months ago, but it's not. It's just a standard PS4 title, and I sat there looking at a loading screen for a minute. I'm like, yeah, no.
Do they have the same type of
comes out?
Quit delete. Done.
Do they have the same type of return policy like Steam does? Where less than 2 hours, or what?
No.
What is their return policy?
Sony's return policy is
you buy it,
try to get your money back.
It's yours, boys.
It's yours when you buy it digitally. It's like that's yours.
Yeah,
buddy.
it's
the minute you download the game, it's pretty much yours.
Yeah.
I did have that going for me. I didn't actually download it yet.
They
so.
did that even before
see,
you
you got
downloaded
lucky.
it.
See, I
Oh yeah,
guarantee you
yeah. So
download
yeah,
it.
it's 14 days
If you-
from the date of purchase or the minute you downloaded.
Right.
And
so if
date
you
of purchase
pre-ordered.
even counts on a pre-order. So if you pre-order a game a year before it comes out, you have 14 days from your initial purchase to cancel that pre-order.
Are you serious?
Oh, they have some of the most egregious
no.
return policies I've ever seen. Like I know Microsoft
not
isn't perfect, but
Definitely
I can at least go on my Microsoft app and
Yeah, I
be
can at
like,
least cancel it a day
well,
before.
I could be like, I played this game for 30 minutes. It was trash. Please refund. And it will be like, oh, you qualify for a refund. Okay. And you get your money because you're allowed like an hour, like to launch the game, and then you're allowed to play it an hour.
Yeah, I think I was like an hour and 10 minutes over when I had freaking that piece of shit Robin Hood game. And,
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like now.
and I was so mad because they're like, we cannot return this. I was like, I hate you. I hate
I was
you.
kind of
so
shocked
bad.
like last week where they were promoting the new season. I was like how many people could possibly be playing this?
I don't know how. I mean, I can see where it could be fun. It's just not fun.
Like if you have a squad of 4 that plays all the time, and you probably are.
Shit, no, just go play against PC players. You die instantly,
You just die.
and then it's bad. Yeah, that game was just.
I had high hopes for it when it first.
It could have been great, but it's bad.
I'm
It
kind of
did
worried
look
about
pretty
their
cool.
demo deal.
But it came out at the wrong time. I think a couple other half big releases came out right maybe before and after. It just kind of got cannibalized, and it was bad. So
Yeah.
The whole reason why I said that PlayStation has like some of the most egregious return policies I've seen is because if you go on the Better Business Bureau and you look up like what Sony has been accused of and some of the horror stories that actually come out about the company, their policy is that you are responsible for all purchases made on your account, whether they are fraudulent or legit.
Wow.
You can try, and that if somebody hacks your account and buys $500 worth of games, you are responsible for that $500 purchase. And they will tell you it was because of your irresponsibility for allowing your account to be hacked. And if you do not pay those, if you try to like file a dispute on your banking card or your credit card, wherever that fraud came from, they will lock your account down until you pay for those games.
Yeah, it's funny.
I've seen enough posts on that on Reddit about that.
You
And
get
the reason
hacked,
why I say it's egregious is because there is numerous instances of this happening to American soldiers deployed overseas, and they're not even home, and their console gets hacked and purchases are made without their awareness, and they come back from deployment and they find all this is done, and there is nothing there to basically to say that it was fraud because, oh, you should have did a better job.
Yeah, well, their PlayStation account was hacked from PlayStation.
Yeah,
Or it could be Jody.
Which is even funnier.
Or their 6-year-old found out what the
Exactly.
4-digit pin was.
Ooh,
See,
Fortnite.
something like that. Something like,
$500.
but when it's
Got it.
blatant hacking,
yeah,
Yeah, no, my buddy
they
disputed
don't have
that.
they don't have a great.
My buddy
Like-
disputed it. They locked his account, and he said, "Fuck you," and stayed on Xbox because he was like
So-
going back and forth.
I like for me when I had to call them when mine was like, it was like, well, obviously this account was a hack. The IP address was in Saudi Arabia. Oh my gosh, what would it took me 45 minutes to get my account basically switched back. They had gone in, changed a bunch of stuff, and they were able to bypass every ounce of security that PlayStation had put in place.
Me too.
I didn't even get an email saying that somebody had changed it.
That's crazy.
That happened to me 4 years ago. That's when I was like, fuck it. I just created a new one, called it Wilmy Hood. But
I
yep,
don't
I'm
even
done.
give out my PlayStation ID anymore. I gave it out one time, and then like the following week, I had to call them to undo so much crap. I don't even give out my ID anymore.
Come on, give it. We can laugh at your trophy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we got to see if you're a true gamer or not.
Yeah.
If you guys want it, I'll give it to you. But oh my gosh, no.
No,
No,
You'll give it to Peniac. He'll hack you.
You got to be validated through
I've
the
hacked
community to make sure you're a gamer. Okay, I got to see.
That's
your
what it is.
They better be careful because I almost platinumed out the original Horizon Zero Dawn. So
Ah, shit.
I enjoy the games they say are trash.
Dirty games.
Yeah,
I like
that
Zero
part.
Dawn.
What? I had no problem fetching that dude's leg.
You know, the bad part is there really wasn't a lot of news this week to talk about.
No,
Is it his
except
middle leg?
then today has the good news. You know, everybody can expect your new PlayStation and Xboxes coming out within a year or two.
TCL with the leak.
TCL with all the news, all the information.
You know, it's so
King
fucking
David, you
stupid.
thought you knew
Yeah,
stuff?
I
No,
gotta know
TCL,
King's
baby.
thoughts on this one, and I've not seen them yet.
LG didn't have the news, did they? Nope. TCL did, though.
You know, the thing is, it's so stupid because you already know that every time, and Nintendo's already said that they go 2 years or 2 generations in advance for what they plan out to have. So as soon as you get done pushing out that console, they take a little break and they come back and they start working on the next one. So yeah, they're working on it. That doesn't mean shit yet. That's the funny
I mean,
part.
you've still got chip shortages.
Yeah. Well,
So-
even a couple weeks ago, I shared it out that AMD was talking about having extra space on the chip because now they can bring it down. So it was like, in theory, the next upgrade revision of the same consoles that could handle basically BC as an emulation. They would emulate the old hardware on that same chip. So, but this is weeks ago. So why is it news now? You know what I mean? It's so funny how people ignore all this stuff, and now it's a big deal because somebody else said something, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't mean shit though. Still, it
Well,
doesn't.
They
mean
didn't
It's
say it.
because
They were
it's
having
because
like
TCL
a
had
presentation.
had
They
their
had
presentation that says new PS5 Pro, new Xbox
Xbox
Series.
Series X/S.
Well, that
Whatever.
kind of goes back
So
to the
funny.
Kotaku article, though, doesn't it?
I mean, it really does.
Clickbait.
But this is TCL though. I still think it's funny. I mean, it is a funny thing that
Yeah, all the places for this to come from.
Yeah, exactly. Where it would come from? It comes from freaking TCL, the
Some
American
dipshit
company.
in the goddamn audience at a TCL slideshow takes the picture.
Yep. I think it's quite funny.
It was funny.
But I mean, everybody's talking about how they're not going to buy it if it comes out. And that's cool, even if it is a thing. I mean, if it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. I mean,
I just find it doubtful.
I mean, I think people will still buy it even if it is. So people will sell their
I would.
shit. You can sell your PS5s right now, probably.
No, I'd buy a PS5 Pro on launch.
Oh yeah,
I'll just sell one of the ones I have right now.
Yep,
Probably have enough to pay, buy it.
That's true.
Yeah, I'd totally buy one, sir.
Yeah. I don't even have a TV good enough to take full advantage of the one.
Hey, if it works better than what we already have, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
But for them to push it out when you can't even get the basic shit,
this is still probably. Yeah. I think the slideshow said 2024.
I think either way. Next year. But that's them having to make it, not the consoles making them out there yet. That's AMD pushing it out, getting it working. So,
and our supply chain's not any better. I mean, it's not getting better, and it's not going to get better anytime soon. So I don't see them doing that. They can't even get, like you guys said, they can't even really get a steady flow of what they have now.
I've got jobs that are 3-month projects that they're only doing about 2 months worth, and then stopping the project and delaying the rest of it for like 6 months, just so. And I've got stuff that I literally had to rob it from another job just to get this one job that's been done since last year. The job's been done.
We have panel boards and switchboards that we used to be able to build within a month that are out 40 weeks.
Damn.
And out of all the manufacturers, we're the best.
I'll give you another example. I have a work truck that needs an engine. I started calling around to find an engine, and I was told it could be 3 to 6 months to get an engine.
Yeah. Jesus.
If you were here in Arizona, I would help you out, man.
Hey, I guess that cash for junkers was a great idea back in the day, huh?
Have you got an engine laying around for a Ford F-250 Centurion?
Dude, in my part of Phoenix, I am surrounded by junkyards. Like
I don't need anything out of a junkyard.
Are they junkyards?
But these guys like no parts. Like they all have, like, I don't get it, but they have these red phones that have speakers on them, and they go in the back and get on them, and they talk to other parts dealers, and these guys literally like will pull stuff out of nowhere.
All right, we'll pull an F-250 engine out.
Yeah, no shit. I'll pay for shipping.
I need the crate. I need the full crate motor.
I literally and we work in an industrial area. We are surrounded by like auctions and everything that has to do with the automotive area.
I would have thought it was just sand.
It was just sand. Oh my god! No, man, it's nothing but asphalt and swimming pools. It stays to about 100 and some degrees in the middle of the night because of it.
Oh, human lobsters.
Pretty much,
yeah.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah. Now, you could see the whole idea, the whole concept of wanting to redesign the console or make a better console, I guess you could say, would be like the same reason why PlayStation made their questionable design changes by reducing the heatsink. Technology changes, they might be able to squeeze a little bit more power out of the silicon, the chips. So there's probably a reason for it, and it could be just because they realize that they can make slight changes and alterations to the design now to save on materials and maybe save on time and money in creating them.
Oh,
yeah, it's possible.
Good. Yeah,
I'll go with that.
It's kind of like what Nick said. We haven't even seen them push anything that actually pushes their device that's out now.
That's true too.
It's kind of like Xbox with the One X. It was never pushed by Microsoft and never ate, babies for dinner or whatever they said it would do.
It eats monsters for breakfast.
Yeah, that thing. And then then the new one
The
eats
Anaconda.
monsters or whatever. So like it's like let these devices that y'all still have not released a game for that's solely for these devices yet. Let's go ahead and just wait. I mean, PlayStation has at least a couple of games right now that are only PS5 titles, so that's cool. But Xbox still has yet to do that, so I'm just waiting. Like, what's the point? There's no rush. There's no point in rushing. I think, like, because I don't think there. Even if PlayStation said we have a Pro coming out, I don't even think Xbox or vice versa. I don't think either one should even worry about the other if they were to come out with another box.
I think we're
Anytime-
still like, we just have teams starting to be like, yeah, we're not deving for the old shit anymore. Like, screw that shit. So,
yeah, we kind of need.
so if we get,
move.
I think, probably, I'm going to say probably within 3 years, dev teams are going to be tapping out what's on these. So, and then the mid-gen refresh or just the new way consoles are made is going to happen, and there's going to be the new ones in 3 or 4 years, probably. So,
That's true. I mean, which I'm okay with another 3 to 4 years having another box.
just not next year.
But like next year, that would suck.
Come
I'm
on.
not gonna lie, it would be kind of stupid personally.
I was-
'Cause you're
Yeah, I
not-
don't
you won't even
see
have a
it.
game out yet.
I mean, we're not even utilizing any of the power of both of these systems. Truly.
No.
Yeah.
Anytime anybody comes at me with facts, info from before January 2020, I don't care how long X, Y, or Z studio, publisher, developer did it. Nintendo, Xbox, this is the new world. The way the world works now is things take longer, at least right now. This is the way it's going to stay for a while. And to think that, Nintendo said that, 2-3 years from now, there should already be a console. Well, that was before what's going on now. And you can easily say that everybody's timetables have been pushed back. We're seeing games being delayed. You could easily see hardware be delayed or slowed down because of what you're talking about right there. There's just no need for it. So you can slow it down. There's no point in trying to force the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, we know because Husk's Elvis Vibrator Gen 3 is still out there. Not
Yeah,
even
because we
coming
couldn't get
out.
the parts.
Can't get them.
His what?
His Elvis
His
Vibrator
Elvis vibrator.
version
Okay.
3.0.
And you've listened to this show before, Centurion. You've been a guest before you became a panel member.
I did not know he had the Elvis vibrator.
Yes, sir. The 3 speeds. Let me tell you, Dummy Cool and Jailhouse Rock.
Get
How
you
did
on-
How did you? I mean, seriously.
The last time I heard anybody talk about a vibrator with gaming was Noof Nukem and Gaming After Dark when they were saying that there should be collector's editions of games that came with vibrators.
Are you kidding me? The Elvis Vibrator is our staple vibrator.
It's a
Yeah,
staple.
we've made videos and posts about it.
We've been doing that before manscaping. I mean,
I don't know. Manscaped does have like 4 or 5 freaking versions.
see, they're
of
already
that
down
thing.
to 4, right? I think it's 4. So,
So I
either
guess
way.
we're going to hand the development over to Dreadpool now.
Noise.
Yay.
Since, Husk isn't here anymore, but I guess we'll have Dread work on it.
Well, I just got to get the schematics from him because, he can't.
Does it play all the classic tunes?
I don't know. I hate Elvis personally.
Well,
The-
I'm just saying, that's the way it is. You got to at least make that thing play some music, Bluetooth capable.
the
something.
mini extension word moves to the word of each song.
Wait a
kinda
minute.
like ABC.
Nick's has got a point. Nick says Forspoken is Unreal 5. Seriously, dude? That game, I agree. That game does not look like it's an Unreal 5.
Well, yeah, at least that's the last thing that I saw on it is that it is supposed to be
It
an Unreal
doesn't-
5 game. Now, what has been shown, I think, is still Unreal 4, kind of like
I
how
was gonna say.
the Onbok game or whatever was all Unreal 4, which it still looked amazing.
Black Wukong.
Yeah, that thing.
that
and
game
then-
was freaking
And they
awesome.
already said they're moving to Unreal 5 before it launches. So,
And Forspoken's moving to Unreal 5.
yeah, and Forspoken's supposed to be Unreal 5. Hellblade's Unreal 5.
I
The
missed
Harry
that.
Potter
You know
game is Unreal 5.
You know a game
So-
I'm excited about Unreal 5, State of Decay 3. I want to know
Yeah.
what that game's going to look like and how it's going to function on that.
I
We
mean,
haven't heard
hopefully.
anything about it in a while.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you're like
Wow.
hopefully. I could see your
I'm
reaction.
just saying hopefully just because I know how they freaking did that catfish and shit with the second one and how it was supposed to look like, and then when they released it, you're like, "What the? This not even the same game." And
You
mean we're gonna have
now
a
it's a lot
downgrade?
better. Like
We're gonna have a
now it's
downgrade?
better after
Now, at
10
least
years,
to give them credit, Undead Labs has had some serious growth. They even got a much
for
larger
sure.
studio thanks to Microsoft. I'm hoping we really get to see them shine with this third iteration.
I'm
I do
looking at
too.
the screenshots here. I mean, granted, they're screenshots, but the Unreal 5 tech demo from last year in March, I mean, they showed off what the game looks like in Unreal 5. So,
Yeah,
was
but
it wasn't
it
in
wasn't.
Unreal 5?
That
See?
wasn't even the official game, though. That or not game. That wasn't the official final engine release.
wasn't
were
the final
using-
engine release? No, it was just their tech demo. It was
Yeah,
not their
right.
final release.
Yeah.
Right. So
They
that's
should put those tech demos on the stores. Let people not PC. I mean, but like because
Kind of like they did with
I don't have a PC that can run anything. So
because whatchamacallit, the freaking Matrix game. That was
Yeah,
the only tech demo
Superman.
you could play,
Yeah.
which was kind of cool. I mean, it was all right. It definitely had some issues on the Xbox personally because there was a lot of
Not
Pitching
to
Yeah.
not to be that guy, but I've always said there should be always more interaction between the developers and console gamers, because right now with console gaming getting where it is, the introduction with NVMe hard drives, ray tracing, and other tech that is completely alien to console gaming, I really do feel though that those tech trials and those demos should be available to be downloaded, so that way these developers can see some of these games in the wild functioning and get feedback and correct some of these bugs and weird glitches we're going to get, and alleviate some of the issues that we have with how these games need these just heavy amount of patches day one because they just were unprepared and had no idea how it was going to function in the wild.
I mean,
yeah,
really.
because I mean, if you have a QA department that's even top notch, that's nothing compared to 500,000 gamers who are just going to go and play the absolute balls off of a 30-minute demo and find every single nook and cranny and bug and glitch and everything that they can report those two, right? And just it's like when I used to play Destiny, there's always the hardcores, right? And they'll find ways to break the game in ways that a QA tester wouldn't even think of imagining that it was possible to do. And then you have raids are broken in fun ways, and then they get patched. But the gaming collective is a lot more powerful than a top tier QA department.
Yeah, that one comment on the chat about Forspoken.
I think I'm
on the
wrong.
engine. It is on Unreal Engine 5. I just looked it up.
Oh, it is.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe okay, so I was right. Stalker 2 is also Unreal Engine 5 game. So there's like a lot of Unreal Engine 5 games that we should see by the end of this year. Supposed to be.
And these
Into
are
next
the first
Now-
iteration of that too.
Yeah,
so.
yes, the first part of it,
Yeah.
and that's where, I think that's why a lot of these teams also push their games out because it didn't get official until March, end of March was the full final release of
Yeah,
Unreal
the
5,
production
so-
release or whatever.
yeah. So I can easily see them, having to go back and fiddle whatever they have to do with it, shit. But
So the one thing that I at least feel want to put out for the community, that just because a game is made in Unreal Engine 5 does not mean that this game is going to be groundbreaking and melt
yes,
your
it
eyes
is.
out graphics.
You hush.
Like what we saw with the Matrix demo and stuff like that. Like that whole thing was on rails. Very beautiful to look at, but the whole thing was on rails. The idea behind Unreal Engine 5 is to obviously push the limits to create very beautiful stuff, but it's also there to lower the barrier of entry
Yes.
when it comes to your technical skills in creating a game, and the amount of artificial intelligence that Unreal Engine 5 gives the developer to start creating games easier. I say a lot of developers are going to be switching to Unreal Engine 5, not because of the graphic prowess of it, but because of the ease of use that the software has built into it.
Yeah, Fortnite's already on it.
Especially teams that were just using Unreal 4 to start with.
Exactly.
I mean, we're just like.
Because they
I
look at Fortnite.
I know
Fortnite
Epic has
runs
said that it's like.
so much better.
I know Epic said it's. I mean, it's not Switch flick or anything like that, but they kind of said it kind of is.
A Switch.
Your UE4 stuff basically imports into 5, and then
And it was designed that way.
Yeah, which is awesome. So, I mean, and like Bomber said, Fortnite's already using it. And the game looks great.
Yeah,
I mean, there's still pop in, and I have a few frame hitches from here and there, but as far as just graphical fidelity compared to UE4, it's a lot better.
I think where UE5 is really going to shine is in the movie industry. With the fact that like they it turned a lot of heads, and we're gonna start seeing Industrial Light and Magic, LucasArts.
I was gonna say
you are getting a run for your money. You guys are no longer like the top of the mountain. You don't hold that brass ring. You are gonna start having some serious competition when it comes to making very beautiful lifelike graphics.
Because I don't think a lot of people realize how much CGI is actually in movies. Like you can have 2 people walking down a street and there's, dozens of cars everywhere. And in reality, it's the 2 people walking and there might be like a car. And everything else is CGI.
Have you guys seen
that's just the stuff you don't notice, right?
Have you guys seen the video docs from Mandalorian? They use the whole screen. That's all, everything that they do, even the lighting that they don't have to change because it's all on that screen. That's like a 180 dome. That they use, so it's hard to tell half the time. Even knowing it, you're watching, you're like, I bet you that's in the screen. I bet you that's real life, But it's gotten to the point where you can't really tell anymore with CGI. Then you look at like 300, when they're chopping off limbs, and people are like, oh my god, the CGI, you could tell. Well, yeah, no shit. It was still, you know what I mean? It was still
looking for actor, want to hack off arm and film it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But no,
it's getting better.
Oh, dude, I'm excited for what it's gonna be. Like, go back and watch the original like Iron Man movie or Avengers movies and look at the CG used then. Now imagine if they had Unreal 5 back then when they were creating those movies. Like, I feel like entertainment is going to really show what Unreal Engine 5 can do before gaming can.
Yeah, go back to the original Spider-Man from the 80s.
Ew, why would you do that?
Oh my gosh.
Make people sick.
I'm glad none of the panel reads the screen they're sitting in front of.
I saw it. I was laughing at it.
Bomber just now saw it. Okay.
I just learned. Well, I have it like that screen portion of it is minimized, so I don't.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So I literally didn't see the scrolling until just now.
I've been over here cracking up the whole time. It was because I saw it going down there.
I mean, are we supposed to wear pants? I mean, the camera only gets from here up. So
look, when I got the Twitter message, it said optional.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, that's what I've always been accustomed to. So I gotta be free balling. I gotta get some little bit of air in there and let it air out. It's nice.
There's a reason the camera's off. Nick. Okay,
well,
right. It's broken too. But naked podcasting, you don't want to see that.
And Back says at least they're not using firecrackers, models, and clay anymore for special effects.
I would be so cool if they used Unreal Engine 5 for claymation, brought that back.
Man, Celebrity Deathmatch needs to come back. Absolutely.
For real.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be the best thing. And even a video game, because I remember when they brought out the video game.
Oh, no,
that's actually pretty fun. But I'm talking about the actual show. Bring the show back. Because we need people to be offended more than ever. So, yes, we need that show to come back. Unfortunately, MTV won't air it because it doesn't have drama like their little soapbox shit they got on there now. But
matter of fact, I think they should sell MTV
absolutely
to oh god, what's that dude's name? They just bought Twitter.
Elon Musk.
Oh, Elon Musk.
They need to sell MTV to Elon Musk so they can start playing fucking music videos again.
I don't know. He still hasn't stopped your sensitive material.
Right. everything I post is sensitive all of a sudden. It doesn't even matter what it is.
It's because
Good morning.
Twitter's sensitive.
This is
That's all it is. It's just letting you know that Twitter is just very sensitive today.
There's a moderator at Twitter right now out in Silicon Valley who is pounding their keyboard on the desk.
Ooh,
damn
really?
you, Wilmy.
Yeah.
Let's see,
I was
man.
just thinking, like, could you imagine if we had to treat people like this in real life? Wilmy goes to the grocery store and he has to put on his warning label.
Dude, yes. Let's put on
mean
a
he
shirt that
doesn't-
says warning. I give sensitive
Instead of a
material.
mask, I will.
You mean he
offend the
doesn't
shit
do that
out of you.
already?
Yes, I will offend you.
Well, good. I just posted one on Twitter. They can definitely they definitely need
The pizza
Probably
one
won't.
was cracking me
That
up.
was funny.
Man, Elon. That's a funny guy right there. Lord.
And then backing up
he's-
because of the bots.
Have they made a determination on that yet? I mean,
No,
obviously,
that's not final at all.
They're saying that he's already in too far that he has to go through with it, but that's the stockholders.
or
So,
he has
I
to
don't-
pay a fee, right, of $1
Something
billion.
like that. Something like
Like
that.
that's nothing for him.
Yeah, that don't mean shit to that dude.
Yeah, billion.
He's got that in
less
his
than
couch.
45 billion.
That's in his couch.
Shit, that's in his sock.
Yeah,
You
I'm
talking
telling you,
about,
I was gonna say, he's in the
I
tiny
have
house.
400 of those here.
I got 400 of those. I'm gonna make 30 of it back by the time I even hand you this one. So
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay you $1 billion to fuck off.
he is probably one of the most awkward people to watch be interviewed. He is so awkward. Like, I
kinda
understand
painful.
that. Yes, it's so painful because, like, I understand dude's very intelligent, whatever, but I mean, there's a lot of intelligent people out there that can still speak to people, and he's just very just like.
At least he has humor.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you
They
call it
asked
humor, I mean,
They asked him. They said, "Hey, you're our inspiration. Who inspires you?" He's like Kanye West. I mean,
I don't know. The way gas prices are going, I would think now I would have voted for Kanye.
shit.
It look- so
Hey, Kanye, get in there.
Remember when he was running for said he was going to run for president?
Yes.
He
Dude,
did.
isn't it
He
pretty
did say
bad?
that,
You're-
didn't
You're actually starting to consider letting celebrities running for office. We've got Kid Rock, we've got Dwayne the Rock Johnson talking about it. The guy you just mentioned. God, can you imagine? Like, it's like, well,
he?
I
Elon
guess
should just do it. I know you can't, but do it, Elon. You got this.
it looks like Elon Musk has Asperger's.
Yeah, like it's just he's just
Yeah.
a strange cookie. He is.
Yeah.
But
If
yeah.
Kanye
I mean, he
gets
did
president-
say he was an alien
He did.
when he was talking to Rogan
Yeah.
or whatever his name is.
How do you come out and tell people you're an alien?
Rogan. Yeah, I don't know, like because I think it was the dude that owns UFC, whatever his
Look,
name
if
is.
I have $200
fellow
billion, I'm
Earthlings.
gonna say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
right.
kind of how it is. He's like, "Do you think you're like an alien?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Awesome."
Actually, if anybody is an alien, it's that motherfucker
Oh,
Mark
it's dude Zuckerberg for sure. He's a lizard people,
Hitchman.
actually. He's
Oh
part
yeah,
of the lizard
he's
people.
reptilian dude. You can tell by looking at that motherfucker.
Yeah, he's a reptile.
Yeah, I mean just his face, his eyes. Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, he's part of the freaking Men in Black movie, man. He's over there like a cockroach, just
And
like
poor Tom from MySpace, still sitting there in his white T-shirt, just wants to be your friend.
he just wants to be your friend, man. Hey, you know what? That should come back. Somebody famous needs to just bring that back.
Oh no, MySpace would offend people because they would look at
Oh, that's true.
how you're ranked on their MySpace.
That's
and
also
then be
true.
like,
Yes.
well, wait a minute, why is Karen above me? Like, why am I fourth?
Oh, don't worry,
True.
distracted. We're not really going to talk about politics.
No.
Yeah, that was
We're
just yeah.
just
Yeah, we're not talking politics on.
Oh,
on
no,
YouTube.
no.
I promise you that.
Oh, I hope not.
But wait,
No.
guess what comes out this weekend though?
Oh, what is this?
Stranger Things.
Damn right, Stranger
Oh,
Things.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never watched that show.
And Obi-Wan.
What?
Yeah, I've never watched it.
Why?
It never appealed to me. Like it looks stupid.
Well,
Did you not watch the
I
first
can't
episode?
fuss with you. That's like everybody was talking about that Game of Thrones. It wasn't my thing.
Stupid.
I mean, I do. I mean, thank you.
Do you like the 80s at all, or like
I had to
not
think hard
really.
about which hand to
I-
point.
I- for
it
me-
depends on the 80s.
For
but-
me, it's actually more of the detail that they go into recreating the 80s. They go and source
Yeah.
the cars. They
I'm
dress
just,
the
I'm just
buildings
too
to look
young
up
for
that.
the 80s, I guess.
They have
Like, I don't.
cassette decks.
I was
and
born
stuff
in the
like that.
80s, so it's like
I was born in.
don't-
I was
was
born in
85.
86. I'm 86, but I love watching it because when you see something, you're like, "Oh my god, I had that freaking toy."
Yeah, I
You
guess
know?
that could be it.
I love that show. I mean, the first couple episodes, you're like, it's kind of, and then it
Yeah.
just takes off. It's so good.
I know a lot of
Those
people.
Yes, it
episodes are long. Holy shit! The last
Well, they're-
episode's like 2.5 hours or something like
Oh,
that.
that's stupid.
Yeah.
What? No, I ain't
Oh,
watching that shit.
shit.
Never mind.
Well, they
No.
divided this one up because they don't want people to apparently
it.
to binge it. So they have
Oh,
four.
that's stupid. Are you serious?
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
the first 7 episodes, and then the last 2 were in July. or
July.
something like that.
Yeah, in
That's
July.
good. That's good because I actually binged it. I mean, me and my wife were like one dayed the whole season when it came out.
Yeah.
Well, see, it's like the whole like the Halo thing. Like, I wish that would just came all out one time so I could just watch it all. But I knew what they were doing. I
You
understand what they're doing. But
You
it's
wanted
like,
to suffer in one day, huh?
Yeah, I just rather just sit there and watch a lot and go, well, this sucks, or yeah, it's all right. I mean, I don't know, just sitting
And
having to wait a
Distracted
whole
is
week.
right. You should watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Hey, I actually have seen that.
I
Look
love
at
that movie.
Are you guys
I
gonna
love
watch
watching
Obi-Wan?
stuff-
Great movie.
Somebody actually just made a comment in the chat about like old CG movie not having CG and stuff. I actually miss the old days of movies where when there was a creature, they had to actually physically figure out how the hell they were going to make that creature exist. It just couldn't
Practical
be
effects.
some tennis ball up in the sky and they were going to have a computer do it.
Yeah.
Dude, look at Star Wars, man. They use a freaking the aerosol can or whatever, a flame. And a
Oh,
lighter.
most of the Death Star scenes were actually filmed in a parking lot.
Yeah,
The
this
model
is
was so
hilarious.
big they had to take it out in the parking lot to blow it up and film it.
Oh my God! Now he's talking about Revenge of the Nerds, Porky.
Okay, I have seen every one of these movies. Like, I'm not saying I don't.
Oh,
like,
God.
It's not like I just X'd out the '80s and watched any of those.
Porky's
movies before,
is crazy, man.
I
Oh my
remember
God.
watching that movie and I would hear my mom coming down the hallway and I'm like, exit, trying to get
Yep.
out of it.
Trying to change the channel real quick.
Yeah,
What?
because you know the shower scene's coming.
We had it on
Can you
VCR
identify that
or
penis?
VHS.
Yeah.
See, we need more movies like that, but you couldn't make them now.
No,
What do you think they're
can't.
going to do
Yeah,
now?
yeah, that's
Since we're on that topic, what do you think they're going to do with the new Grand Theft Auto? Do you think it's going to be
Oh,
severely
shit.
watered down, or do you think they're going to still
No.
push the limit?
They'll push the limit. I don't think Rockstar. They're known to, their games are going to just be what they are. Like, they're not going to tone it down like Saints Row's doing with Saints Row. Somewhat toned down. They're not going to try to offend nobody. Like, they'll probably offend a lot of people with Grand Theft Auto 6, and people will still love it. They'll spend billions of dollars in freaking more bucks that you can't transfer from 5, and that's what they'll do. I mean, it's just like I don't see Rockstar sitting back going, "Oh crap, we can't upset people," because I mean that's Grand Theft Auto. I mean, ever since Vice City, really, or well, not really,
Pretty
Vice
much from the
City.
beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, you used to be able to.
But even the top down wasn't as
yeah.
Of course, it's old, but
Well, I mean, too, if you think about it, it's not everybody. It's like 80% of the general population doesn't get offended. It's a small percentage that does.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
and
just
I think
a small
Rockstar at
percentage
this
is
point,
the ones that
Grand
get-
Theft
Well-
Auto is big enough to do whatever the fuck they want.
So
And if you don't like it, you can go in your echo chamber and shout to people who don't like it, and they're just not going to fucking care.
Well, the reason I asked is because
it's
they.
going to sell 80 million copies, and they're
that's
going to make billions and billions of dollars off
The-
GTA 6.
The
I'm
reason I
offended.
ask is
They're
because they took the drag queens out of this remaster, and it's like if you've ever been to Vegas, I mean that's a common
That's all
sight
there
to
is.
see. It's not, I didn't see anything.
yeah. Yeah, that is weird. I didn't know. I didn't pay attention to any of the remaster stuff.
Yeah, I
they
played it,
shot
but
them
that is one thing that they took out because
did
of that
take out.
issue.
Well,
But it's
that's-
like if you go to a big city like that, I mean that's a common sight to see. I didn't find it being disrespectful or anything like that. It's just that's something you see. So
yeah, that is That is weird that they took it out.
Yeah, they did remove
Yeah.
it.
See, I would at least
damn.
say that my
Better than
concern with a Grand Theft Auto 6 is that them trying to push the envelope, them trying to be dirty, raunchy, make all the jokes. I don't want that to become the precedence over a good story. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed Grand Theft Auto 5, the story of the campaign, the dynamic between the three characters. It was actually very well done. It's actually one of the more memorable Grand Theft Autos for me. And I would just hate, it's like Wilmy could understand this. It's like watching a horror movie back in the day and they realized they were just making a dumpster fire of a movie. So they just basically put boobs all over in the film just to basically get recognition. And that's the only thing. I don't want that for Grand Theft Auto. I don't want it to be some trash story and they get recognition. They're just
Almost
push the envelope
every
and controversy.
slasher flick in the 80s.
Yes.
Yep.
Has the boobs.
Yep. And
Oh,
they
they
did
have
too.
that
That was the thing. Every one of them, like they all. That's what they did.
And then the ones that did, like Friday the 13th, when they were trying to like be all edgy with Jason X, they had to go with the boobs there too, just all the time. I'm like, yeah, this is stupid. Go ahead and kill them.
And the funny part, before we start doing outros, I actually read, and I don't remember who it was. It was somebody involved in the creation of the first movie for Friday the 13th. That was supposed to teach young people a lesson.
Mhm.
That and see, we always joked about it when I was young and those movies were coming out, and we would watch them and be like, "Don't drink and don't fuck, because that's when you die." Right?
That's what
And that, funny enough, that was actually the point behind the movie.
That is funny.
It
I
was
didn't
to
even know
teach
that.
teenage kids a lesson about partying. Because if you
probably
think
some
about it,
Christian backer.
every one of those movies, every one of those movies, the girl that did not party, did not have sex, always got away.
That's true. Just like in Halloween.
Nightmare on Elm Street too.
Yep.
Nancy always defeated Freddy because she wasn't partying. And for once, Johnny Depp got swallowed by his waterbed. He didn't
That
have
was the
shit on it.
best.
Well,
That
yeah,
was
I was
the-
going to say he
that was
bled
the
all over
best
it.
scene. God, that was the best scene.
Dude,
ever.
watching the development of oh my god, Grand Theft, Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, man, that was development hell for that crew. Not like some of those guys didn't even know if they were going to get paid. Like the film crew for Nightmare on Elm Street. Well, like when you watch the documentaries on it, literally their paychecks were nothing but hopes and dreams, and the movie freaking exploded.
Dude, I watched it when it first came available. I remember the first time I watched that movie. It was so awesome. And I wish they would go back to making movies like that now.
Oh,
they
dude,
can't, though.
those were good days of
Because every movie my wife and I purchase now, they just seem like more of the same and they just suck.
I don't like
Or they're-
those horror movies like Hereditary that are just and The Witch. that are
See,
just
I
like
thought
these
Hereditary-
slow-ass burns. And it's
I
just
thought
like, what the
Hereditary
fuck?
was boring as fuck.
Yeah, it's just like it just has a slow burn up to this huge payoff, and then the payoff comes, and you're just like,
But you know, the biggest disappointment in all of them is Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, yeah.
Every one of those movies would show all this stuff during the commercials,
They never showed it in the
but
movie.
it was never in the movie.
Yeah.
I think the first one.
Talk
was
about
great.
catfish.
All the other ones suck.
The
You know,
first
funny
one-
part was
Catfish.
It was that's catfishing. It's 100%
It is.
what
Yeah.
the funny part is
We're all talking about
and it was like on the outro, if that, right? But people would be like, "That's so scary! That's so scary! I can't watch this." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Really?" But I've never liked the VCR portable Blair Witch style of.
Found footage ones.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
I don't
now,
like
I will
that.
say that Blair
Blair
Witch, that
Witch,
was a
man.
phenomenon.
I was wanting to
honestly.
bring that up because
That was a
Blair
phenomenon.
Witch was the originator of the
Yes.
Yep.
and the thing
And
is
everybody thought it was real, man.
now,
Everybody was like,
but
"Holy
here's the
shit."
thing. Blair Witch had the advantage over Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
Blair Witch was when the internet was a little bit in its infancy, and the most people using the internet were like total tech guys. The average person was not out there on the internet in chat rooms getting all the info.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah, there was
normal
like a
people didn't even have PCs back then.
Yeah.
No, the
Yeah,
guy that
so-
made that made Blair Witch, he put together, I think it was like 10 or 15 movies. He had $100,000 and he made as many movies as he could just to see what would stick. And Blair Witch is the one that got picked up.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and admit to it. When my wife and I, were younger when Blair Witch came out, we went to the theater and watched it.
Hell yeah! I mean, everybody,
My
a lot
sister-in-law
of people did,
kept,
man.
my sister-in-law kept the kids. We went to the theater. It was the middle of winter. Yes, we do still have winter here in the South. And if it gets below 50, we consider that winter and it's cold.
That's a true statement.
We went to the theater and the heat was broken in the theater.
Oh,
And we sat there, tolerated it, and we watched the movie. And we both looked at each other and go, yeah, this shit ain't real. There's no way.
didn't they come out with a second one?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the second one was actually pretty decent.
Was it?
It was more like a regular movie.
Yeah.
Was it? Gotcha.
The
I never
game
saw
at
the
least
second
was
one.
better.
Yeah.
The
Called Book
wor-
of Shadows.
The worst movie ever, though, was freaking Cloverfield. I don't care. I know that wasn't a horror movie, but the fact that it was
but it's
that
still not the
was
worst.
such trash. Like that was like the most trashy. Like
It
come
was
on.
the worst ripoff.
It
Yeah.
was so bad.
They
But
made you think it was going to be
Cloverfield
scary.
2 actually was different.
They actually
I
made a
didn't
second
know.
one.
Yeah.
10 Cloverfield Lane, you mean?
No,
Yeah. No, they
no,
made a
just
part
Cloverfield.
2.
Oh, did they? Shit.
Oh my gosh!
They're in a bunker.
That's a terrible thing. Yeah, no.
It was
I
only
didn't-
up from there because part one was absolutely horrible.
after, yes, once I got done with the first one, I was like, okay, this is about the
I
dumbest
saw
shit
the
I've watched.
commercials for that movie, and I'm like, yeah, this is a Godzilla ripoff. I'm not watching this shit.
Yeah,
Oh.
what you
And
what
don't
you
get to
saw
see
was
anything.
them
It was stupid.
in the dark with the night vision and everything, and they're going
Them
through
going
the tunnels,
building.
and all of a sudden there's like this green fog, and they're like, "Billy, did you fart again? We're
It
in
was
clothes
bad.
in here." I'm kidding.
It was a bad movie.
I
But
didn't bother.
I could name you a list of bad horror movies.
But you know what's coming out? It's going to blow everybody's socks off. Avatar, baby.
Yeah,
Avatar.
it's all right.
No, it will. It will be the highest grossing movie of all time again.
I don't know, man. It's
Are
been
they
such a
making the
long
game?
time.
Are they making the game in first person?
Yes.
See,
I
I
don't
don't,
know
really
why.
like that.
I don't
kinda-
know why, but they are.
Oh,
I
is
want to
it?
see my character.
Ugh.
Same here.
That's
I
kind of
don't.
the
I think they said the only part that's going to be in third person is when you're flying, and that's it. Or
I don't
riding
like
the little whatever land animals they got or whatever. But
The one that you hook
supposedly-
up to and basically have sex with is that?
Yes, where your tentacles touch and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, like, but yeah, those movies. Of course, you got that one coming out this year or next year, whatever it is. I think the beginning of next year.
I just
But
don't know
anyway.
why they would do that in first person. I guess to
I don't
try
know.
to throw you into the world of the view, but I want to see my dude like flipping around and stuff.
Plus,
this way,
I just think it's kind of cool because you are the Avatar people, the whatever
Yeah.
they're called, and
This-
so you're this freaking 9 foot tall big blue person. Like, I want to see what he looks like, but you don't.
For sure.
this way when you connect your ponytails together for that sexual intercourse, it's in FOV.
Yeah, it's gonna look like freaking Cyberpunk's sex scenes.
I was going to say it couldn't be as good as Pan Am.
Yeah, it's gonna be POV as my dragon looks up at me.
On that note, let's get everybody out of here. It's been a slow news week, so and we've stretched it out as far as we can go.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
All right,
done a
Detective
good
Seeds.
Yeah,
Tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
yeah. Detective Seeds on YouTube. Detective Seeds on Twitter. I upload 2 to 3 videos per week. I also live stream over here on Twitter as well. If you guys like reviews, previews, I was a former undercover cop, so I do some deep dive into court cases and things going on in the country and around the world. So if you're into investigative analysis as well, you can check that stuff out. So, and I want to thank you guys for having me on. I greatly appreciate it.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
thank you for coming on.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And Centurion, tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
All right. Well, for those interested in finding me, please find me at Centurion1307 on YouTube, Xbox Live, and Twitter. You can also find me right here every Wednesday night on Gaming Beyond the Box with this amazing group of gentlemen. And you can also find me every Sunday night over on the TXR podcast as well.
All right, Dreadpool.
Yes, as you can see on your screen, every Wednesday when I'm actually get some sleep, I'll be on time. But at 8 o'clock, Gaming Beyond the Box. So, Breaking Bread on Anchor. I just had the Orlando MegaCon, and I did post the Breaking Bread with Dread with Paul. Cerebral Paul for all you guys that know him. And I threatened to push him down a couple escalators a couple times. So, good times, right? But the MegaCon, I've got a whole bunch of little shorts posted up there of all the comics and cosplayers and everything, and hanging out with 4GQTV and Carlo and getting some interviews there. So definitely check it out all over the place. And then Friday's Breakfast with Boom, except he's taking a 4-day weekend, so it's going to be tomorrow morning, which I'm not sure I'm going to be there. So, but yeah, just check out the links and you'll find a whole bunch of stuff. Peniac, where can we find you?
You can find me Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here with all these excellent people with their excellent opinions most of the time. And you can see Bomber's bandit mask in the background there. Yeah, your Borderlands. And Twitter, Peniac Giant. Throw a follow. You pretty much follow back unless you're an absolute.
Unless you're a dick.
Yeah, pretty much. And same thing on PSN and Xbox, Peniac Giant. Good show, guys. Thanks for coming out and chat. Bomber, over to you, bud.
Of course, you can find me on the old Twitter at HRBomber1414 here every Wednesday night. Everybody, thank y'all for coming out. Of course, I just want everybody to know, just don't worry damn what dude man Joe Blow down the road is sucking on. You ain't got to suck on it too. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to. I mean, if you want to, you can. Just do you. That's all I can say. Just do what makes you happy, and that's all that matters, right? Is that right? I mean, if you like to stick your hand in puppet, socks, whatever. Yeah. All right, over to you, Wilby.
You can find me here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, along with all these assholes. And then we'll bring another asshole in as a guest, just because that's what we do. Not saying Detective is an asshole, because he was actually a fart knocker. There's a difference. And, of course, you can find me on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam, and Twitter, unless you're one of the 240-some thousand people I've got blocked. But I just want to say again, leave the children the fuck alone, people. I mean, just, whatever your craziness you've got going in your head, leave children out of it. They've not done anything to you. I am Gross. Thank you for $10 super chat. Another AAA banger. I'm keeping my sub. LOL. Thanks for another entertaining night. Well, thank you, man. We try. Even though I am very low energy tonight. I can't help it, though. I'm sorry. But just leave the children alone, man. Keep kids. Everybody's sitting here bitching about consoles and games. Let's put a little bit of that effort into keeping, taking care of kids and watching out for children. 19 children lost their lives, and it just makes me sick, dude. I'm sorry. It just really makes me nauseated. But, I've got 3 kids of my own and a grandson, and I'm not going to lie. I sit this morning and thought, what kind of world is my grandson going to live in?
I think that every day with my kids. So,
yep. Well, I can't think about my kids now because they're adults, but I wonder every time I look at Mason now, I'm like, what kind of world is he going to inherit?
mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not going to sit here and get political and all that bullshit. I don't care about politics. Just leave the children out of your craziness. Yep. They didn't do anything to bother anybody. And on that note, we're out of here. We will see you guys next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, I think I'm going to go eat some carrot cake. That sounds really good right there.
There you go. Ooh.
Cream cheese
Flavor
frosting on
Elite
that?
5.
I'll pass.
Cream cheese frosting?
You can
Oh,
have
yeah.
my.
Yes,
Yeah,
has
my
been cream
slice.
cheese frost. Damn,
That's-
I need to.
That's the only thing
Shit.
that goes on it, right?
All right, I'm driving.
I'm coming to North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah,
going to be
I think-
raining tomorrow all day. Like it's storming tomorrow. So
Yeah, I really think I'm gonna have some carrot cake. Hey, my diabetes went into remission. I lost all that weight. Fuck it.
Damn right. Get some
Here we
carrot
go.
cake, baby. That's right.
That's it. Everybody, have a great week, and we will see you next week. Later.
On average, every 7 days, someone finds gaming happiness with FNP.
I'm here to play games, and that's why I choose to game beyond the box.